was an amazing
what?
For football.
Football, you did?
Right. Well, I earned a scholarship. I walked over.
He walked on, but he earned it.
And then I earned a scholarship.
Oh, wow.
So that was huge. And so you guys know how University of Michigan is. You know, they kind of stuck up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
you try to get them to look at something, they probably think this is beneath them, you know, because
Yeah.
he was working at this prestigious law firm.
Yeah.
You know, big attorney was going to bring in all of these sports people. He's saying all of the sports
National
people.
TV, and you telling this.
Oh, I'm
this is
sorry.
man.
Hey, let's get back to business. How's that?
Well, this is
But
business.
Coach, but
No,
listen,
this is business. This is our life.
Well, this is our life.
Which is more important than any business.
That's right.
But this message that he shared with me is the University of Michigan, 1997, right before, and I think it speaks volume to where we are as a company. And I just want you to share your story as to who left and how people thought about you guys when you guys approached that 1997 season.
I can do that. I first want to finish saying that I'm proud to be a part of a company where the founder finds it important enough to travel all the way thousands of miles to a city to attend the homegoing celebration of somebody that's related to one of your directors in the company.
And he wasn't even in the company. He was in the company at one point.
He was, but yeah. So that's huge. That speaks volumes. Aside from the comp plan that we have, which I think beats any other, aside from the product with which everyone would agree, travel beats any other product. I think the most important thing that we have in this company, and I thought it from day one when I did the research. You proved it when you showed up at that homegoing. The founders of our company, between you and Scott, and of course Kim, who we miss, I think that's tremendous. And so thank you on behalf of the family, on behalf of Sarah and Adrian who are watching, even on behalf of Gary. Thank you for all
Gary's
that you've
watching.
done.
He's watching.
That's
He
right.
got a better seat. He had camera up there saying,
Yeah.
look at those guys feeling
that's right.
sorry for us.
That's right.
Oh, well, you know, it has been really a great time that we have had together building. Now, you're University of Michigan.
That's right.
Now, I thought you were.
I was down the street. I was at the other Green and White School, Eastern Michigan, home of George Gervin.
Yeah, but
and
I
Earl
mean,
Boyd.
don't you pull for Michigan State?
Basketball, yes.
I don't know why.
Didn't they play a little team of Miami or something?
They
the
did.
ACC. Did they lose it for the Big Ten or what?
They lost. They
They
lost.
lost for Michigan State.
Yeah,
They don't
Michigan State
represent
lost.
the Big Ten.
Well, wait a minute now. Again, I know this is Tom Izzo in the last 14, 15 years.
No, the last night I'm talking about.
Oh, last night. Coach, you know, that goes to show you that in the world of sports, every dog has its name.
It's sort of like Michigan had against NC State. They tore
Yeah,
them up.
That's right.
Tore them up, and NC State was flatter than anything.
That's
They-
right.
They were flat that
That's
game.
right.
They
I'm proud of those guys.
But I was proud of my Dukies coming through. What a game!
Yeah, that's right.
Well, anyway, I didn't know you were a football star.
I want you to hear the story. He can make it real
Yeah.
short, but I think it speaks volume to where we are as a
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, I wasn't the star. The team was the star. But the year that we won the national championship, we weren't stars. There had been 4 years in a row that Michigan had not gone to the Rose Bowl, which was unheard of.
Right.
The papers were calling us mediocre Michigan, saying Michigan has lost its swagger. It used to be Michigan, Ohio State, and the rest of the Big Ten. We had lost all of
Was
that.
Bo there then? Or?
Bo was around. We saw him every day in practice, but he was Coach Carr was the coach at that time, Lloyd Carr. They said we had lost it. There's no way we'd win all of our games that season. If we did, we would have to win the national championship. Well, I still have those paper clippings. Before that season, we had our camp, and all the guys were together in the locker room, or in the meeting room, planning our goals for that year, like we did every year before the season started. And through all the process of planning the goals, somebody ended up standing up and said, "Why don't we just say just win?" And that's what we decided to be our goal. And we had determined that if we would win every play of every practice, we'd win every practice. If we won every play of every game, of every quarter, we'd win every quarter, every half, and every game. If we won every game, we'd win the national championship.
Wow.
But it was going to take a tremendous amount of teamwork. And that's what we committed to. And it happened. And here's what's interesting about that. We won the national championship. And out of that team where there weren't a lot of superstars, big names, we had 36 people, I think it was, that went on to play in the NFL.
You're kidding.
Yeah. And so
Now, did Greasy,
Greasy
did
was
he
the quarterback.
take it to the, he's the one that took you to the national,
that's right, Brian Greasy.
yeah. And Brady was sitting on the bench,
He
right?
was on the bench.
First, second string or third?
He was second string. Yeah. No, third string. He was third
That's
string.
what I
that
was
year.
thinking, yeah. Wow.
So can you relate that to our company?
Absolutely. Trying to see if I should say this or not, but last night when we had the fireside chat, you brought all the directors here to talk about the future of our company. And I didn't tell you this yet, Coach. I was looking around the room, and it reminded me of that year that we won the national championship, because I remember sitting in the room then and looking around the room, and we didn't have any superstars. All the superstars had gone, preseason All-Americans and all that. Some of them had quit the team. We didn't have any superstars. And as I looked around last night, I remembered the same thing. I remembered that feeling. And what I remembered was we had a group of what some would think were average people who were a part of a major tradition and had bought into the saying that Bo said, those who stay will be champions, and had committed to doing nothing else but just winning in everything that we did. And it was that team that ended up going on and winning the national championship. And it was that team that produced Hall of Famers that are still playing football today.
Yeah.
I think that in our company, we're in that same place right now. And I think that the leadership that we have right now is positioning everybody who will follow them to explode as the company does. And it's starting with you all, with you and Scott.
Well, I believe that, and I receive that. I believe that what you just said is true. That's not convention talk. That's not trying to butter anything up or anything like that. I see we only have 10 minutes before our broadcast, and you guys got a tough job to do. You got to pick, and you got to pick.
Yeah.
And you only got one, and you only got one.
That's right.
Now, that's not fair.
It's not fair. But Coach,
Fair at all.
it came
That's
down
hard.
for me, and I know we got 2 minutes. It came down to 2 people.
All right.
Okay. The runner-up is, and I have to mention her because from a travel standpoint, she does everything right.
That's right.
And it's Cynthia Alexander.
That's right.
And so, Cynthia, great job. I want to say, love you. Now, she's not the winner, but I had to mention her. She's the runner-up.
She was one you struggled with.
I struggled with Cynthia.
Yeah, okay.
And not only that, but she had some personal issues that she never let get to her. And she continued to go through. And I think that's the part that we miss, is that she didn't let that. But Vita Williams would be my number
So that's
one.
your pick?
Vita Williams
That's
is
your pick?
number
All
one.
right, well, here's what happens. Now, here we have, you remember at the convention when Coach took his coaches pick people, okay? And so I have people today that when I see them, they'll say, I should have been one of your picks. And I say, you were the next one. You were the next one. Like you already said who the next one was, but everyone else is the next one.
It's the next one. I would have said them, Coach, but had we had enough time.
Okay. Now, this is a director's pick, and their name goes in here. I'm signing over here as co-founder of the company, and here you are, YTB International Director, and your name down here, and so you're going to be signing with me, and this will be something that they can hang up, like the coach's pick, and then also a copy of the fourth quarter, and I'm going to sign it now. I'll give it to you. You'll fill in some things about your pick.
I could do that.
And then you'll sign it also. And the next time you have a special meeting there, you'll give her the book and the certificate.
Congratulations, Vita.
All right,
Congratulations.
there you
We're
are.
proud of you.
All right. and I am proud of you, and I say congratulations. And you really struggled. It wasn't
Yeah,
just
it was a
wasn't
lot.
just
It was
two.
a lot.
All right, now moving down the line. Are you ready? You want me to give you a drum roll or something to quit
not
to
yet,
get your
because
courage up?
I'm still, it's courage is exactly what I was thinking about putting 5 names in a hat and pulling one because I really couldn't choose between them. I don't even know how we came to the one that I decided on, but I got to mention really quickly names like Mike and Sally Ramsey. They should be getting this.
Yeah.
Atlanta Robbins should be getting this. Kim Reese should be getting this. Debbie Willis should be getting this. But there was one couple that I had to decide. And when I look over 2012, they deserve this as well. And that couple would be John and Sonia Revis out of Lansing, Michigan.
All right.
Congratulations, they did a great job.
All right.
Sonia's a new mom, and her husband owns 2 dental practices.
That's right.
Wow.
They travel the state,
Yep.
helping their team members in
Isn't
Atlanta,
that
all over.
something? Wow. So here I have signed it, and you'll write something in there and sign it. And then you'll make arrangements with Clint to get you the certificates, because you'll probably have a meeting between now and Christmas, I'm sure. And that'll be, I'll tell you what, there will be some, your congratulations, by the way. I mean, because you're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that you had to choose from, and we come down with 2.
That's right.
Well, we could have chose more than that.
Well, I know you
You
could
didn't let
have
us
chosen a
know,
whole
you didn't.
bunch. Yeah, you'd have been like me with Coach's Pick. Coach's Pick started out when I did that. It started out with, I said I'll do a half a dozen people.
Wow.
Then we went to a dozen. Then we went to 2 dozen. And then how many did we end up with, Clint?
49.
Yeah, wow. So, but anyway, that's where you were, as you said, well, we have 2 or 3. Oh no, we got 5. No, we got 10.
Right.
And all at once you're talking 10 and 20. Well, they're telling me our time is up, and we got to be on in 5 minutes, and we're still trying to get a connection for the phone lines and all that. But what an honor it is to have you guys here. How thrilled I am that I've had the time after the celebration of life that we had with Gary to really let you know how proud I am of your family, how proud I am of your wives, how proud I am of you guys, how proud I am of I didn't realize how solid you were in your faith. I knew you were, but I didn't realize that you were literally the pillars of the church. And I love you, and I appreciate you, and my respect for you guys and your family has just soared. And you've always been great leaders, you've always been great friends, you've always been part of my family. But now you've let me in, and I'm part of yours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
See y'all later. Our time is up.
Hey, and don't forget to go to work. Coach, we got we need people to get sales, right?
Yeah, get them in.
Let's get them in. We're having a contest by,
5 minutes.
12 o'clock tonight?
Yeah, they get them in by 12 tonight.
Get them in by 12 o'clock tonight?
Yeah, let's get them in by 12 tonight, and get them in right now. And if you get one in right now and call in here, we'll talk to you in just a few minutes if we can
All
talk
right,
to you.
that's awesome.
Thank you a lot.
All right, brother. Thank
Have
you.
a great night.
All right. Bye-bye. God bless.